know you're somewhere, somewhere.
Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today Pisces, you guys got Sandpiper Spirit in reverse, number 51. Be playful. I feel like they're trying to, with these three cards coming up, I feel like you need to, when being playful is in reverse, it means that we're doing the opposite of that. So it could be that life has got you down, like there's a lot going on, you're very stressed out, but they want you to, I feel like when we're stressed out, we don't try to enjoy life. Like we try to attack the particular problem that we have, right? So if we're stressed out about money, then we work harder on money. If we're stressed out about work, then we like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever is stressing you out, that's what you put more energy into, right? Especially even if you don't mean to, it's like a subconscious thing. Like I'm stressed out about money, so you're putting more focus on that money. And what they want you to do is like the opposite. Like whatever it is that's stressing you out, take time out in the day to kind of alleviate that stress for a little bit. Take time out on that day to, you know, to remind yourself of all the good shit that you have. That's what I'm getting. Another thing I'm getting is like to be grateful for the cycle. Like I feel like some of you aren't really going through a stressful time. I feel like some of you are actually having a pretty normal and peaceful time, yet you're still stuck in like this old energy where you don't really know how to play anymore. You know what I mean? It's like you're not stressed, or you're a little stressed. Like who doesn't have stress? But you're not like, there's nothing seriously wrong. I think you're just like not used to having like this playful energy. Maybe it's because you're alone right now. I know sometimes when we're alone, it's harder to have fun. Like it's harder to go out by yourself, you know? Like people don't like going to restaurants by themselves. People don't like going to the movies by themselves. So that could be another thing that's going on. Like you're alone a lot of the time and you're not necessarily enjoying things because you're alone. But they're trying to tell you like to get the fuck out of that energy. Like you can be alone and still have fun. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you don't need anybody to have fun, and you're missing out on this like really beautiful cycle by not having fun. So yeah, I feel like a lot of, another thing I'm getting here is like they want you to write down all the things that you're grateful for, all the things that you have, to communicate to the universe like, wow, I'm so thankful for what I have. Even if you don't feel super thankful that day, I feel like it's just gonna bring more abundance into your life. It's like, again, the vibration that you're giving out. If it's a low vibe, then you're gonna like attract a low vibe. So I feel like they want you to attract at this time a lot of a lot of beautiful, like heartfelt energy, because that's gonna bring more of that energy back to you. I'm coming up with a 9 and a 9. So you're coming up at the end of the cycle. I feel like this is literally the end of that cycle of maybe even being alone. It's like to be grateful for the time that you were alone, right? Like again, this is all I feel like about gratitude, appreciation. That's what I'm getting, even though this doesn't really mean that. That's why I'm getting from this. Like you have to be grateful for the cycle that you have, because it's honestly about to be over with the 9 and the 9. So appreciate the cycle for what it was, because it is about to be over, and maybe this is one of those final lessons. So yeah, let's pull some cards, Pisces, to figure out what this is about. So Pisces, I see that you're sitting in Empress energy. Whether you know it or not, you're already sitting in Empress energy. This is why I'm saying you're at the 9, because you're already at the Empress energy. And you're about to start off a whole new cycle in this energy, which I don't think you've done before, to be honest. Like I don't think you've had a cycle of you sitting in Empress energy. So it's actually really crazy that you're about to start this brand new cycle in a very different energy than you ever did before, right? And it's kind of like you're already in between cycles, I'm getting, because you're at the 9. And it's funny here because you have someone here who's also at a 9, a masculine energy at a 9. So it's interesting because you're both ending cycles and beginning new ones. And your lessons from both cycles are very similar. I don't know how to explain this, but you're both like learning something very important. What I feel like you're learning, Pisces, is I feel like you're this feminine. You could be the masculine, so choose your energy. But I'm getting, Pisces, that in this new cycle, right? Because you have an Ace of Coins coming up and they have an Ace of Swords, right? So you're both having this new beginning coming up and you're both at a 9. So you're both at this matching vibration, but there's like one thing left that you need to learn. And Pisces, what you need to learn is that gratitude, is to understand that like every cycle can't be the same. Every cycle isn't going to be the same. Every time you're learning something new, it won't be the same lesson. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we try to force ourselves to like be a certain type of person. And I feel like you're trying to force yourself a little bit, which I think is actually good. To force yourself to be comfortable in your own skin, to force yourself to be playful even when you're alone, to force yourself even when you're isolated. I feel like there's a lot of isolation, to be honest. But you see how like you have a lot of spirit guides around you and animals. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like a turtle here, right? And then here we have the jaguar and the owl. So I feel like there's actually a lot of spirit guides around you. And even though you might feel isolated, even though you're not in a cycle with another person, I think this cycle was important. This solitary journey was important because it allowed this death and rebirth within you. So I feel like there's like an end of codependency kind of within you. You've been alone for such a long time. And I think it's a good thing. And even here with the message, you can see the feather, right? And the 7. The feather is like the spirit, right? The spirit realm. So the spirit realm has been around you this whole time. And I feel like they just want you to enjoy this time alone because you're not going to go through a cycle like this again. And to appreciate it for what it is. That's why I was getting in another position, like a lot of gratitude, a lot of appreciation for this cycle. Even though you might not have liked this cycle out of all the cycles in your life, being alone might not have been your favorite. But I think it was like very helpful to you because once this new opportunity, like you don't feel like yourself in the cycle. Like you don't even feel like a true empress because you're always doubting yourself and you're a little insecure and you're like alone and you don't have anyone to like reinforce you on shit. And it's like a very solitary journey. I feel like this cycle has been for you. So, but you're going through this major death and rebirth. So that's why I feel like it's so important. And even though with love in reverse, it's kind of, you have love in reverse, but then integrity upright, right? So you're learning, I'm getting the song, I don't know why I keep hearing this song. It's a Drake song. I don't know, I keep hearing it. I'll post it in the description. I can't think of it right now. Anyway, you're learning how to like love yourself again. You're supposed to be learning that in this journey and through this death and rebirth. To love yourself through a different, like see yourself through a different lens, like seeing yourself as, I can't explain it, but it's so important that this cycle happened. But I just know that this is not your favorite cycle. Even though you've had harder cycles in life and harsher cycles in life, like being alone is not the hardest thing that you've been through. This one feels very hard for you. I get that a lot. And there's a lot of snakes here, which is healing. So I think this time alone has been for healing. And that's the purpose. And who the fuck likes to heal? I get that you don't really like it, Pisces, but I'm getting that it's going to change everything for you because you have this ace coming up. See, like, yeah, you've been resting. You've been resting and all you've been wanting to do is go. But they've been putting you in this resting position for so long. You're like, yo, when is the cycle going to be over? Because you don't necessarily like this cycle. But what I'm getting is that you should be playful in the cycle. You shouldn't like feel like you can't have fun in this cycle. That's what I'm getting. You hate this cycle because it is very solitary. And what I'm getting is that you should love it just as much as like you would love a cycle with a lover, right? And just as much as you would like, just like, imagine like going to the beach, right? You go with someone else and you feel like it's so much more fun than going by yourself. I feel like you have to change that perspective before this cycle ends. Like you can just have just as much fun by yourself as you can with someone else. And I feel like if you can like go to a restaurant by yourself and sit by yourself, I feel like that would be the test to see if you passed this. And I don't mean like being on your phone the entire time. Like I just mean like basking in the aloneness of being by yourself, kind of hermit moding your life a little bit, because that, again, it's like the ultimate healing that you're gonna bring to yourself, that you don't necessarily need anybody to have fun. You don't need anybody to like approve things for you or to reinforce yourself, and that's why I feel like that's when I feel like this new one comes in, this Ace of Coins. Like once you start enjoying shit, right? Once you start getting yourself out of this trapped energy, like you can't go do things alone, you enjoy that energy, of being alone, you finally feel at peace with that energy, the new cycle comes in. So now what is this other person going through? Because there's someone else here. This other person is going through a totally different lesson, but I feel like I don't know why I feel it's similar, because it's not at all, but they're going through it's kind of like they're going through something else that's going to teach them that being alone sometimes is better than being in wrong company, and like in the wrong company, right? Because they're coming up as a king of fire, king of air. So this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and this is Aries, Leo, Sag energy. I don't think this is you at all. I'm gonna be honest, I don't. I think this is somebody else. And they're dealing with someone who's false, right? They have this Queen of Cup in reverse, this Queen of Earth in reverse, and the Devil in reverse. So I feel like they're completing this major cycle where it's like they're learning that it's better to be alone sometimes than to be with the wrong person, and that's the truth that they needed to see. So that's the ending. That's what they're learning, right? With the 9 at the end of the cycle, they're dealing with a false person that's put them in like this depressed mode, this very negative energy. And with them ending up in 9, I feel like this is them understanding, like healing, doing some inner child work that's going to help them understand that this is not, it's better to not be with this person than to be literally with this, it could be a karmic with the Devil here, but just someone who's in such a negative energy. And that's something that they couldn't see, right? That's something that they couldn't see with Judgment and the World in reverse. So they're trying to finish out a cycle as well. I don't know I think both cycles are hard, but I feel like you've already been through this cycle. Like, I'll be honest, I feel like you've already understood. Remember, I was like, sometimes it's better to be alone. Like, for them, they're learning the same thing, but they're actually learning that with a karmic, and you're learning that on your own in some sort of way. So you're both learning a very important lesson. It's just a different lesson. They have like a different, I don't know why I said taste. They have a different taste. That's what I'm getting. But the divine is waiting for both of you to finish this out, because then you have this brand new beginning. They're going to see something clearly, and you're going to take the opportunity that's pointed to you, even if it is that you're alone. But I don't think you're going to be alone in the next cycle, to be honest. I don't. But yeah, this is what they're going through. I don't think they're going to be alone either. And what was the Devil? Learning to differentiate, like, between what a soulmate is. Like, learning to differentiate. Again, it's something about being alone. Like, sometimes it's better to just be alone than to be with a false person. You know what I mean? Even if it's something that you learned in childhood, like a codependent energy that you had in childhood, like, they're trying to get away from that energy with the 2 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, they're letting it go. And learning to receive what's actually going to help nourish your soul, and not like receiving just anything, like just taking anything that you could get. Maybe that's something both of you guys used to do, but you're not doing it anymore. Anyway, that's what I'm getting with this read. Let's see like what happens. I don't know why, but I feel like this person and you are going to end up being united once you're both sitting in the right energy. I feel like this is when you're united. Oh my God. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah. Literally, it came out so fucking fast. Look at that shit. The Ace of Wands, the King of Cups, and Temperance. So yeah, I feel like you're both going to end up starting a new passionate cycle with one another. Because, I mean, Pisces, you're the Queen of Cups, and they're the King of Cups. And it's going to be a balanced cycle. I don't know who this is. But yeah, could be someone that you know. Doesn't necessarily have to be. But yeah, Pisces, so to end your cycle, to end your cycle, write down all the things you're grateful for. Show appreciation for this cycle, even if it's like your least favorite. I feel like you've been through harder shit, so I don't know why this seems to be so hard. I understand it so much, though. I understand your perspective. I don't like to be alone either. I don't like to go out to eat by myself either. Like, I was literally talking about this yesterday with my sister, so I understand this. But it's something you're going to have to do to end this cycle, to start a new one. Show appreciation for the cycle. Show how grateful you feel to be in this Empress energy, to be balanced, to have nothing really bothering you, to not have any like of those sort of issues like this person. Look at the shit they're going through. They have the Devil with a false person. Do you know what I'm saying? You've already had to deal with shit like this. You don't have to deal with it anymore. So what you're learning in your cycle, I mean, again, you don't like it necessarily, but it's actually, I don't know why I keep hearing it could be worse, but you know what? We all have things that we don't like to deal with. And I feel like, again, you're going through this major death and rebirth, this major healing energy, and just show appreciation for the cycle, Pisces. Let me pull some Divine Feminine for you. Yeah, so I love that you guys got Lala, the saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. See, I feel like it's about showing gratitude. It's about saying it, right? It's about, again, remember we have like the letter? It's about like writing it down or saying it. I feel like it's just more powerful for some reason, like saying thank you, saying like, you know, like after every read I try to say thank you, like even though I just feel like it's important to say thank you. I don't know why. And like that's what they're trying to say here. I think saying it is important. Speaking it is important. Maybe you need to do some affirmations for yourself to get yourself also out of the cycle. Like, you know, I am beautiful. I am, you know, I don't need anything to complete me. Like, I think that's what you're missing. I feel like you're Pisces. I feel like it's enough for you to feel it, but they're trying to tell you, like, I think vibration wise, it would be really helpful to speak it, and it would be really helpful to write it down. So yeah, that's what they're saying here. And it's interesting how you got that with the message, and then this person has the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're connected. I don't know if you're waiting for a message from this person. It kind of seems like you are, but they're dealing with somebody here that they need to like let go of. You might know who this person is. That's why I'm getting. You might know who this person is. Again, but you shouldn't be waiting around for anyone. That's why I'd rather this be a new person for you. So you don't necessarily know when they're coming in, and you don't necessarily know what's going on with them. It's just that you guys will end up being at the right vibe, at the same vibe, at the right time, in the right, like everything in divine timing, right? So that's what I would prefer. I don't know if you know this person, no. But you're already connected even if you don't know that. I feel like you're waiting for this person to message you, which is actually kind of bothering me, because like, no wonder why you can't end the cycle. You're like waiting. You know what I'm saying? Waiting is not a good energy to be in. Stop waiting, Pisces. Stop waiting. If one of you is waiting, stop. Like, that's the whole point of this message, to stop, to not wait for anybody either, and to not wait for this communication to come in. Like, everything in divine timing. Honestly, maybe you will start off a new cycle with this person, and this is not the same person. This is a true match to you, but this might not be the same person that you think it is. Again, everything happens the way the divine kind of deems it to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a new person. I would not. And you're here waiting for this person. That's a lesson that they have to learn, though, and you have to learn a different lesson. And I feel like part of that is also not to wait around. Who is this new person? Yeah, I said new. I feel like it's this old person, to be honest. I do, but I still don't think that means that you should wait for anybody, Pisces. So yeah, that's what I'm getting, guys. I love you. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.